Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday. It's finally April after what has felt like a very long March. I anticipate April might feel as long. Though, looking at the weather, I understand we might actually have some spring weather coming. At least it is sunny out today. So today I thought I would share a project from a few years back. It's a larger project, lots of components, and then tomorrow and maybe Friday we could do one or two pieces from the set. So, all right, as you know, well, most of you know, I made strawberry pincushions and emeries for several years, and loved those. Thought they were so much fun. Lots of people loved them. And then I decided I wanted to give other shapes a try. So for the 2016 Ag Fair, I made an assortment of vegetables, all in velvet. Now these have been squeezed into a box for about 4 years now. So they're a little squished, but they were still a lot of fun. So while there isn't a single strawberry in here, there's lots of other vegetables in here. And there's a couple different techniques that I used. You'll find that some of them are a solid velvet, and then other ones were a white or off-white velvet. I can't even remember at this point. And then I used chalk to add color. So, of course, we have the very important standard friend of the strawberry, the tomato. Okay. Oops, there's thread. Oh, we're just going to snip that thread right now. Now, this may be one of the more well-known velvet vegetables out there, or pincushion vegetables out there. This was a shape that was produced in the 19th century, well, made in the 19th century by hand. And then as we got into the 20th century, it became mass-produced, and we see lots of cloth tomatoes being made, and often paired, with the strawberries. So there's that one, and then we have a darker one. And then we have this little guy over here. Okay. And most of my pieces, it looks like all my pieces, been a while, have velvet bodies, and then I did wool for the tops. I guess I'll set some of these guys out. A dark red one here. This will probably be a shape that we'll do tomorrow, I think. Oh, I did a green one. Okay. And then a very easy one are my little peppers. Let's start with this guy, because he is actually very similar in shape to the strawberry. He's just slightly elongated. I'm going to have fun getting these all back in. And then we go much longer. So a dark, hot chili pepper here. And then you can get some with little curves in their little ends, like peppers do. It's nice and lean. You can find original vegetables, different shapes and sizes that were made throughout the 19th century into the 20th century. A lot of them show up on eBay. Okay, now we can move into similar shape, but longer. So we have a carrot. Now this is one of the ones that's a white fabric base. And then I did the chalk over the top. There's another one that I did similarly. Because of course we know that originally not all carrots were orange. Carrots were lots of different colors in the 19th century. And they're making a good comeback. Realizing I can actually smell the chalk on some of these still. All right, so after carrots, let's go with some, well, we should get the little cucumbers out of the way. Some cucumbers. Good pickling size cucumber. This is a bigger guy. Now these were also the white velvet, and then I did the chalk over them. And this little guy gave some wrinkles too. Now the original 19th century vegetables, some of them appear to be pincushions and some of them appear just to be ornamental. We'll work our way over to some squash. He also has some wrinkles. Realizing I did mostly vegetables, I didn't do any pears. Obviously a pear could be this color. A pear was actually a common shape, probably the second most common shape I found after the tomatoes. So maybe I can find the right fabric for a pear while we do this. Let's get this guy out. So he's the same concept and pieces as the tomato, but he's much larger as a pumpkin. Nice dark squash. Over to 2 varieties of eggplant. I have one in dark purple. I really like how this guy came out. Light purple. This one's done in the chalk. I learned about doing chalk on velvet when I did Theorem with some of my campers years ago. Of course, Theorem is paint stenciled onto velvet. But to practice with the kids, we used chalk on the velvet. And I have to say, it was a lot of fun. It was much quicker, so you could do like a whole piece in a day rather than having to do one color at a time. Realizing I have no idea if I'm going to get these all back in here. Let's see. It's going to be a wee snug. I think the chilies were next, right? Now this didn't exactly fit as an entry in any of the categories, of course. There we go. There is a category for damn, too fussy. There we go. There's a category for a basket of vegetables for the horticulture tent. And so this was kind of a play off of that. So I entered it as like a showcase. What did we call it? A display piece, that's what it was. Right? Yeah, display. 19th century basket of vegetables. One more tomato, come on. I want to do the greens next to each other. There we go. So there's my basket of vegetables. Put its little tag back in here. So this was 2016. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Very relaxing to do these. So I think tomorrow we'll try to do a tomato. You might want to get out any red velvet, or you could do red wool if you happen to have that. Both would work nicely. If you don't have either of those, I think a nice strong cotton would be good. You might want to have a second layer of fabric with a cotton if it's dress weight. And then maybe we could do either a chili pepper or a carrot later on. We could do that maybe Friday. Or we could do a pear on Friday. Let me know if you'd rather do a tomato and a pear, which you could do an apple and a pear if you want fruit. Or we could do a tomato and a pepper, a tomato and a carrot. Let me know what you'll be interested in, and we'll do those. Or actually, the tomato is similar in shape to the pumpkin, so you could do a pumpkin tomorrow, because those two are similar. And then we could probably talk about the triangular ones, which are the chili peppers, the carrots, and actually the strawberry. And then we can talk pear if we want to talk pear. Now that I'm realizing I don't have a pear, I think I really want to make a pear. All right, so now I have to decide if I'm going to leave these guys out or not. These are the type of things that little Miss Clara would love to take off with. If I had one of the big shelves up, I would like to put it on one of the shelves. But that's definitely a two-person job. That's not something I can do by myself here. There we go. A little more of that. I'm realizing I borrowed the basket from Mom, and I kind of didn't give that back. This is, I don't know if this is one she got up in Nantucket. The pieces, these are, they're plastic, they're not bone. So it's just probably like a tourist piece. She's got a few of those. I didn't have a shallow basket. Most of my baskets are deep. All right, so I hope everybody has a good rest of the day. I'll get some of the templates drawn up. Still don't have the scanner yet. That should be coming this weekend with the printer. But I'll get them drawn up, take some photos so they'll be like a rough shape. And then you can make whatever size you really want out of those. And I'll get those up with each of the blog posts for the next few days with the videos. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.